Welcome to John's Random Review. Oh, hi Makita fans. We're up at Skye in a little cottage and it's about half a mile off the beaten track. We've got to walk. So my favourite thing to do is fixing Makita tools. So I've got my Pack box full of broken Makita tools and I've got some tools in there, and I've also got another bag with stuff, Makita stuff to fix. Now I'm not saying that Makita stuff breaks all the time, but stuff does break. So on my holidays I'm going to fix these Makita tools. Okay, see you at the cottage. Right, we're at the cottage. What a view. Look at that. Fancy waking up to that every morning. Well, that's what we're waking up to every morning at the moment. So you can see the lock outside. But back to the job. What have we got to fix? First of all is this brushless Makita angle grinder. And it's a DGA 458. Quite a good grinder. But this is the builder's grinder. And what's happened is it started to run a bit choppy and smoking a bit, and what it's done the bearing at the back. The back of the rotor has got a bearing to keep it all. That rotor has got to be perfectly lined up in this data. And now if the bearing starts to burn out a bit, it goes slightly out of whack and then it'll go knackered. Now when I put this back together, it might still be knackered, because what happens is when the bearing goes, it damages, I don't know if you can see this, but it damages the inside of the stator. But anyway, we're going to give it a go and see if we can get it back together and back to the builders. If not, they'll have to buy another one. Oh, and another thing, also they're saying that when they do a blade change, the little button that stops the disc moving so you can do a blade change, that's not working, so I might have to investigate that. So the next thing to fix is one of these. It's a mid-range Makita DHP 482. Now then, I don't know what's wrong with it. I think it's the bushes. So I think it'll just be a case of replacing the brushes on that one and giving it a bit of a scrub up. Now the problem with these ones is they probably get too much heavy duty and they're only a light duty drill. But you know, who's going to say that? So if you've got to drill a hole, you've got to drill a hole. So, but hopefully it's just the brushes. I bought that for £7. That's not a bad buy, is it really? Now this is a mystery, the mystery one. This is a Makita circular saw. Let's see what the serial number is. It's BSS 611. Now I've had a quick look at the brushes on this one, and the brushes seem okay. So it could be the motor, or it could be the switch. I've already put a battery on it and tried it, and it's dead as a dodo. So I've never tried to fix a circular saw before, so that'll be a bit of a challenge. So I'm going to have a go at these while I'm on holiday. You might think I'm daft. My wife thinks I'm daft. But when I like to be really chilled out, I like going for walks in the lovely countryside. But when it comes to night time, I like to fix my Makita tools. So watch this space. Skye tool fixing update. Right. It's a bit rainy outside. It's been blowing a hoolie all morning. So instead of going out in it and getting absolutely piss wet through, I'm back on trying to fix the grinder. But actually, to tell the truth, I've fixed it behind the scenes. So I managed to get the new bearing in and get it all back together. And as you can see, I've given it a bit of a spray job. I've sprayed the silver bit again on the top. And if you remember me saying, hang on a minute, let's get a bit of light on the situation. The actual button that stops the wheel turning when we need to do a blade change, I fixed it. It was just full of crud behind there. So I've picked that out with a little screwdriver and I fixed that. So the next question is is it going to work? Can I give it back to the builders? So let's give it a whirl. Yes. Fully fixed and working. So the thing is, I've lent the builders my grinder, my nearly brand new grinder, and I'm going to give this one back to them, and I'm going to get mine back. I bet they've knackered mine, so I'll end up fixing mine. Anyway, that's the good news. Put that down. That's the good news. But this one, you remember, the drill fix, the old DHP 482, it wasn't really in bad order. Given it a good scrub up, and I've cleaned everything up, and then I found out right at the end when I was just about to put it back together that a little bit has fallen off. It has come attached. This bit here is meant to be soldered onto this block here. Hang on, if I can get it to focus. That solders on the little contactor there, and it's snapped off. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get that back soldered onto there before I can get everything working again. I think if I do that, everything's going to be fine. So that's not fixed, but I think I'm going to figure out a way to fix. The builder's grinder's fixed. Not started on that. But hey, yesterday we saw a golden eagle on the lock. It was trying to drag a big seabird out of the sea. But it couldn't manage it. It was too heavy. And then this morning, my wife saw a pod of dolphins. So there we go. Well, it's dark and stormy out there. The lock's in high tide. Now I've got some other dark and stormy news. I've not managed to fix the circular saw. But I think I've sussed out what's wrong with it. I've taken it all to bits, and to be fair, it's in really good order. A good tell that if it's going to be completely knackered is how it looks. And actually it's in really good. It's a bit scratched like, but it's in really good nick. I've checked the bushes. The bushes are all right. The switch is all right. And what I think it is, I've had a look online, and I've been given some tips online, and I think it's the controller inside the casing here. About here somewhere, there is a controller with lots of sort of circuit boards in there, and I've ordered a new one for £30. So if I can get a new controller on it, I think it's going to be good as new. So not a bad little trip. We've had a lovely time in Skye, and also I've fixed one tool and nearly fixed two more. So there we go. Okay, a random is rad. Rock on. Farewell to the cooling, farewell to the grey isle, farewell to the black crags and the bleak skies, to the brown burn where the trout lies, to the wind that cries in the heather bell, farewell. Farewell to the hill path, farewell to the dun deer, farewell to the bearcroft and the blown tree, to the wap whale and the peewee, to the song of the sea and the drifting shell, farewell. Farewell to Skye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, unsubscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, tell me you love me, tell me you hate me, tell your friends and neighbours, tell that weird guy from across the street with the one-eyed dog, tell me anything, but most importantly, let's get involved.